Hi everyone, Cosmic Mango here, your favourite mango from outer space. I hope you're all doing well today. Welcome to an episode of Budget Pickups, a show where I pick a commander and guide you through some great cards that you can buy on a budget to add to that commander deck. In today's episode, I have chosen Urza, Chief Artificer, a very popular and very powerful commander indeed from the Brothers War set. So let's get into the list. Sit back, relax and enjoy the show. I'm going to start off with showing you what Urza Chief Artificer does by reading the card text. Urza is a legendary human artificer that costs 1 black, 1 blue, 1 white and 3 colourless mana to cast, and says the following. Affinity for artifact creatures. This spell costs 1 colourless mana less to cast for each artifact creature you control. Artifact creatures you control have menace. At the beginning of your end step, create a 0/0 colourless construct artifact creature token with this creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. Urza having that affinity ability is going to really help us cast him out fast, as he will only cost 1 colourless mana to cast. Well, 1 colourless mana less to cast for each artifact creature we control. He then rewards us by giving all our artifact creatures menace, which makes them a lot harder for our opponents to block. Furthermore, at the beginning of our end step, we get to make a nice and spicy construct token that will get stronger and stronger as the game goes on, as we begin to flood the board with more and more artifacts. So that's what Urza Chief Artificer says and does. Now let's get into the budget pickup guide. Let's start off with instant sorceries. March of Progress. A sorcery spell that costs 1 blue, 2 colours mana to cast, and it says the following. Choose target artifact creature you control. For each creature chosen this way, create a token that's a copy of it. Overload the 6 colourless and 1 blue. You may cast a spell for its overload cost. If you do, change its text by replacing all instances of target with each. This card is very good. We get to choose and copy an artifact creature we control. This means we can copy something huge or even get a copy of the construct tokens with Urza, which Urza makes. Having more artifact creatures on the board is really going to help us and reward us each time we swing with lethal using Urza's menace mechanic. You can even get to overload this card, which if successfully cast will propel you to great heights, as you can make a huge amount of copies. You can buy this card for around 35 cents. One with the Machine. A sorcery spell that costs 1 blue and 3 colourless mana to cast. It says the following. Draw cards equal to the highest converted mana cost among artifacts you control. This is a very solid card if you're looking for card draw. Let's say we control an artifact that has a CMC of 5, which is very possible, or even higher than 5. But let's say we have one which is 5. We'll be able to draw 5 cards for 4 mana. I think that's a decent trade-off, and the longer the game goes on, the better the card gets, as you are more likely to control something with a very large CMC. You can buy this card for around 35 cents. Organic Extinction. A sorcery spell that costs 2 white and 8 colourless mana to cast. It says the following. Improvise. Your artifacts can help cast a spell. Each artifact you tap after you're done activating mana abilities pays for 1. Destroy all non-artifact creatures. This is so good. First off, in any deck running a lot of artifacts, this sorcery spell becomes way easier to cast. We are playing Urza, Chief Artificer, meaning we are probably stacked with artifacts, so this spell can do wonders. A board wipe that will let us keep our artifact creatures while destroying every other creature type? Fantastic, you can really hurt your opponents with this. You can buy this card for around $1.45. Dispatch. An instant spell that costs 1 white mana to cast and says the following. Tap target creature. Metalcraft. If you control 3 or more artifacts, exile that creature. You know the drill. We are most likely controlling a lot of artifacts on the board with this deck, so you can effectively cast 1 mana instant spell that can target remove a creature by exiling it. This card is just bonkers in any heavy artifact deck. You can buy this card for around $1.40. Thoughtcast. A sorcery spell that costs 1 blue and 4 colourless mana to cast, and it says the following. Affinity for artifacts. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control. Draw 2 cards. The idea is you'll be casting this for 1 blue mana, as your artifacts will be able to help reduce the spell's mana cost. So for 1 mana, we get to draw 2 cards. Not bad at all. You can buy this card for around 99 cents. So those are the instants and sorceries that I would recommend on a budget. Now, let's move on to the next stage of the video. let's discuss the creatures I recommend for an Urza Chief Artificer deck that you can buy on a budget. Urza, Prince of Kroog. Kroog is such a funny word to me. But anyway, yes, this creature is legendary human artificer that costs 1 blue, 1 white, and 2 colorless mana. It says the following: artifact creatures you control get +2/+2. 6 colorless mana, create a token that's a copy of target artifact you control, except it's a 1/1 soldier creature in addition to its other types. This card combos very nicely with our commander. We get to buff up our artifact creatures, and we also have the opportunity to pay 6 mana to create a copy of our largest or most lethal artifact. You can buy this card for around 60 cents. Losheel, Clockwork Scholar. A legendary elephant artificer that costs 1 white, 2 colorless mana to cast, and it says the following: prevent all combat damage that will be dealt to attacking artifact creatures you control. Whenever one or more artifact creatures enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. First off, let's just appreciate the art. The art is beautiful. I'm loving this elephant. Okay, so this creature is nuts in Urza Chief Artificer decks, as it makes all our artifacts attack freely without having to worry about combat damage. Furthermore, we also get to draw a card once per turn if we have an artifact creature enter the battlefield under our control. This is an all-star and a must-play in my opinion. You can buy this card for around 69 cents. 69, nice. Digsite Engineer. A dwarf advisor that costs 1 white and 2 colorless mana to cast. It says the following: whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may pay 2. If you do, create a 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token with this creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. This card combos very nicely with our commander, Urza, as it offers pretty much the same effect as him, meaning we can double down our construct tokens and get way out of hand way too fast. You can buy this card for around 35 cents. So, those are the creatures. Now let's discuss the enchantments. Thopter Spy Network. An enchantment spell that costs 2 blue and 2 colorless mana to cast. It says the following: at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control an artifact, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. Whenever one or more artifact creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. This combos very well in a heavy artifact based deck. We get to make an artifact on each of our upkeeps, which combos nicely with our artifact constructs as they will get bigger. Then we also get the benefit of getting some crazy amounts of card draw each time we successfully deal combat damage to one of our opponents with an artifact creature. Can't really go wrong with this, and you can buy this card for around 39 cents. Tempered Steel. An enchantment spell that costs 2 white and 1 colorless mana to cast. It says the following: artifact creatures you control get +2/+2. Nice and simple, use this card to buff up all our artifact creatures and swing for the win. You can buy this card for around 69 cents. Nice. So that's the end of the enchantments. Now, let's move on to the artifacts. This is probably the most important part of the video. Swiftfoot Boots. An artifact equipment spell that costs 2 colorless mana to cast, and it says the following: equipped creature has hexproof and haste. It can't be the target of spells or abilities your opponents control. Equip 1. So you can't really go wrong running this card. In fact, most commander decks run this card. You're guaranteed to have one of these laying around. It offers a great way to keep your commander safe. With that nice bit of hexproof, it also is an artifact, which means it can help our construct tokens get larger and larger. You can buy this card for around 79 cents. Sculpting Steel. An artifact spell that costs 3 colorless mana to cast, and it says the following: you may have Sculpting Steel enter the battlefield as a copy of any artifact on the battlefield. This is a great card for copying a spicy and powerful artifact that we control. We can do some really cool shenanigans with this and really combo out, or just cause a lot of havoc, and that's always fun. You can buy this card for a very, very good price of 60 cents, which is good, very good. Cloud Key. An artifact spell that costs 3 colors mana to cast, and it says the following: as Cloud Key enters the battlefield, choose an artifact, creature, enchantment, instant, or sorcery. Spells you cast of the chosen type cost 1 less to cast. So you're most likely going to be choosing artifact in this deck, yeah? So this is an excellent card that we can use to help lower the casting costs of our artifacts. This will help our deck run more fluid and more freely, which is a very powerful asset for us indeed. You can buy this card for around $1.90. Semblance Anvil. An artifact spell that costs 3 colors mana to cast, and it says the following: in print, when Semblance Anvil enters the battlefield, you may exile a non-land card from your hand. Spells you cast that share a card type with the exiled card cost 2 less to cast. So this is very similar to the key we recently just spoke of. However, it's a little bit better, I think. It's another great card to help us reduce the mana cost of our artifact spells, which will help us storm ahead very fast and make us clutch that win a bit more easier. You can buy this card for around 49 cents. Right, we have come to the end of my budget pickup guide. I hope you enjoyed my list. Urza Chief Artificer really looks powerful, and I'm excited to try the deck out. Please leave a comment on what you think of the cards I've chosen. It's always fun to chat with you in the comments, so let me know. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video. Thanks for watching everyone, and goodbye.